Hey guys, Karosif here with another review. This time I'll be reviewing the Appmon 7-code band from Digimon Universe Appli Monsters. This is an upgraded version of the Appmon band that lets the Appli drivers navigate through the deep web. So, let's get started. Before starting the review proper though, I'm going to give you guys an update on the Appmon 7-code pad which I reviewed several months ago. So this will basically be going over the complete function of the 7-code pad's 7-code side. So, first up I'm going to give you a rundown of the 7-code Appmon chips. So, first off you have Code 1 and Code 2, which are obtained in Appmon chip version 1.0, Code 3, which is obtained with the 7-code pad itself, Code 4 and Code 5, which are obtained in Appmon chip version 2.0, and Code 6 and Code 7, which are obtained in Appmon chip version 3.0. And for each of the ones that come in boxes, what pretty much determined is that each set is basically guaranteed to give you one of each of the two 7-code Appmon chips that are in those sets. So, to start off, I'm going to open this up and put the chips inside. So, start off, Code 1, Code 2, Code 3, Code 4, Code 5, Code 6, and Code 7. And putting these all in completes the image of the Digimon that is summoned using these 7-code chips. You can see that each one forms a different body part. So, next we'll pull out this part on the bottom and bring in the Appli drive. So, open it up, put this in, and activate. And so there, we summon Dantemon, which is the Appmon depicted in the 7-code pad. Now, just for a rundown on how this works, there is no data being sent from the pad to the Appli drive. In order for this to work, you have to have scanned each of the 7-code Appmon chips at least once in the Appli drive. Then scan this, which will activate the hidden function of activating the 7-code APPLIARISE. And I'm doing this because this will help to contextualize some of the stuff that you're going to see in the Appmon 7-code band. So, next we'll get to the 7-code band proper. This is very similar in design to the original Appmon band, but it's done up mostly in blue instead of white. The big change, of course, being the main center part, which actually has electronics in here. Lights, sounds, as well as a digital game. The wrist straps are very similar, are basically actually identical to those of the 7-code band, meaning they have the same design, just done up in blue instead of white. Unfortunately, that also means that the wrist straps themselves are actually a little bit on the small side. As you see, it doesn't go on all too easily. So I'm actually going to make a quick cut here and show you guys that this only really fits on the last notch, or first notch depending on how you're looking at it, but it only fits on the largest setting. And this was the same problem with the Appmon 7-code band, which is weird coming from Bandai, considering that they have a pretty good track record with yokai watches of making wristbands or wrist straps that fit a variety of wrist sizes. So it's kind of weird, and it kind of feels like for this stuff they really were banking on it just being bought by little kids instead of older collectors. And for the remainder of the video, obviously I'm going to be not wearing this. So getting back to it, the last thing to show off about the design is that you can also take an Appmon chip and slide it into this slot up here by putting it in like so. Then you can pull it out using the notch on the Appmon chip itself. So, as I said earlier, this is an electronic LCD game, so we'll get to that starting off by activating the button here, and then we have the speaker here on this side. Alright, so after that start screen, gotta swipe left or right to dive. So as you can see there, it actually showed an animation of Digimon opening up the gate to the deep web and then diving into it. So here we have the main menu, and here we see that this is touchscreen operated, or touch panel operated, with the touch panel being up here. So first off, we can swipe left and right to select different modes. We have Appmon Search, Buddy Synchro, Watch Mode, Index, and Settings. So first up is Appmon Search. This is where we have a little adventure mode where we go and look for Appmon. So, it'll tell you what direction you should do, or which direction you should go in, to find a nearby Appmon. You can see which one is by which direction the avatar here is facing. So, we'll swipe up. And it's a little finicky. Now we found an Appmon. So this time it's still Digimon. So the first step is to swipe to dodge. First it'll show the attack animation. Then it'll tell you a direction. Then you have to swipe to attack. And if you don't do it in time, it'll give you a failure. Let's do that one more time. This time it's Appmon. So this time, got it right. And it'll give us points to level up. Now, a lot of this is based on the different swipe directions. So in the description, I'm actually going to give you the Japanese kana for the different directions as well as the translations to help you out. So next we have by Synchro Mode, which is basically your mini-games. First you have Digimon Search, or Dokimon Training. So versus Digimon Search, which is a trivia game. So it'll ask you a question. It'll basically tell you either to swipe left or right to select your answer. So, try this one, and that was a failure. Now this is kind of where a big language barrier comes in, because you need to be able to understand the questions and understand the answers as well. So we'll try that one more time. So this time it's asking what Appmon is used to create Digimon. So left is Timemon, and right is Tarotmon. Okay, so it's actually more asking what it can appgatai with. So, gonna swipe left, and we got it right. This time we'll try out the Dokemon training game. So this time we have to dodge 2 attacks, then attack again, or rather attack back. So left, up, up again, and then we attack. And this time we get 10 points. Now one thing to know is that there are 4 minigames, one for Gatmon, one for Dokemon, one for Musimon, and one for Hackmon. You start off only having the Gatmon game, and you get one every 10 levels. I haven't unlocked them all because the process of leveling up is actually a rather long and arduous process, since it takes a lot of points to get to a level. So getting to level 10, or getting 10 levels, and getting up to level 40 eventually, or I guess 30 rather, is something that would take a while. So next we have Watch, which is basically just a digital watch showing you the time. Next we have our Index Mode, which will show you the different Appmon you have. And so it'll just basically tell you that Appmon's name. It'll show you their ability and an image of them. And so it'll add up as, or rather it'll expand as you get more Appmon in the Appmon search mode. As you have settings mode, where you can view your level, as well as view how many points you need to get to your next level. Next you have all reset, which is if you want to completely reset the data on this and start from scratch. Contrast, which just lets you change the contrast setting. The sound setting, if you want to switch sound on or off. And the time setting, for setting the time. And that's about it. So, to put to sleep mode, just want to press and hold the button on the side here. And there we go. So overall, while it's cool to have a proper Appmon LCD game as opposed to the Appli drives, which are more of role-play collecting toys, as well as a watch-like toy that can actually function as a watch, the 7-code band definitely has its drawbacks. The first being the actual touch panel itself, which, while it's a neat idea, it's also very finicky, in that it doesn't always work, and you kind of need it to properly work in order to play the minigames. So, if it's not working, if it decides not to work on you, that can really be the key factor to whether or not you hit or miss in some of the games. And secondly, and probably the bigger of the two big drawbacks, is the language barrier, where aside from a few small words here and there, it's entirely in Japanese. And while that's not too much of a problem for the Appmon search game, where you mostly just need to know which direction you're going and just recognize the words for the 4 main directions, it is something that's going to hold you back as far as the first minigame goes, where it's a trivia game, so you need to be able to understand the questions and answers, and if you don't, you're not really going to get very far. Additionally, it's also pretty tedious. As I explained earlier, you need to get up 10 levels in order to unlock each new minigame, and it takes just so long to do it that even I wasn't able to unlock all the minigames. I basically just decided to unlock one of them and give up. So on the whole, this is something I definitely more recommend for cosplay purposes, because as a toy, it's not all that great. Next time, I'll be reviewing the Deluxe Drill Crusher from Kamen Rider Build. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this review, please leave a like, leave any thoughts down in the comments, and if you're new and would like to see more, please subscribe. And for now, this is KRX50, riding off.